Hi guys, so in this video, we're going to take you through how to trigger specific flows within inside of your chatbot, depending on which web page or landing page or even funnel step that your visitors are visiting. And it's super easy to set up and get it live. Okay, let's hop over into the actual Flowchat dashboard and show you how to do this. Okay, so now we're inside of, we're just inside of the actual web chat itself. So the first place, what we want to look at is we're just going to take a look at the install code here first, because there's a little bit of change that you need to do to this once it's embedded inside of your website, your sales page or your landing page, wherever it is that you've got your website chat allocated to. All right, so the script that you're looking at right now, that is blanket across all of your pages or individual pages, and that will go into whichever flow that you've set as the triggering flow. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to create something called a reference URL, and this allows you to do so many different things apart from just sending the specific flow depending on which page they're actually visiting, i.e. the home page or the pricing page or about page, whatever it may be. All right, so if we come into the tool section across to the left hand side here then, okay, and you'll see up the top here, we've got the widgets tab, and inside the widgets tab, then you can do multiple different things. This is where obviously your web chat is hosted here. Okay, so you can turn it on and off if you wish. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to come across to the top right hand side and we're going to select on the new widget. So there's 4 different variations here, or 4 different types of things that you could actually do. So we have a RefURL, which we're going to be using today. We've got a QR code. So if you don't know what the QR codes are by now, they're basically, you can create a QR code where people can scan in, say, like a physical shop or on a receipt, a thank you note, or whatever it may be. They can scan and they can come into your chatbot flows. The Facebook customer chat, then, just how it says, is the Facebook customer chat instead of using the website chat. And then the chat button then is where you can have multiple different types of website chat, whether that's WhatsApp and all those different other channels in there. But like I said, we're going to concentrate on the ref URL in this video. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on ref URL. Okay, so we want to give it a name then. So in this example, we want to create a specific flow for, say, a pricing page. Okay, so if anybody's got any questions about the pricing, then they can come in. It will start that flow automatically for you. Okay, talking about the pricing element of whatever it is that you sell. Okay, so we're just going to call this pricing. So we know what it's for in the future, because without a doubt, you know, if you have 5, 10, 20 different types of website pages, or you're using the ref URL for other reasons, i.e. you can use them as when people click it, just like a URL, it will take them into a flow, specifically things like Facebook Messenger and also Instagram. So we're just going to define this one called pricing. We could create another one called home, another one called about, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, so let's go up and click on save. Okay, so once we've saved, then you're going to see it populate at the bottom here. Okay, so all we need to do is simply just go in and edit it. So let's go ahead into the edit section here. Okay, so now we're inside of the editing dashboard. All right, so I've covered up my URL just here because literally if anybody could use this and it would pull all the people interacting with it into my CRM. All right, so this is why we've got it covered up here. So up here then, to the top left-hand side, it just says the pricing. Okay, so this is just the label that we've just pre-designated. Here then is a channel. Like I said, you can use reference URLs on multiple different channels. It doesn't have to be just web. You can have one with Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, WhatsApp Cloud, and so many more. All right, so but we're just using web in this instance. So you can either click on web or you can just leave it blank. That's entirely up to you. Here then is just the status, so you can turn it on and off as you wish. And down the bottom then is, this will be the flow that you want to trigger when somebody opens up the chat. Okay, so in this instance then it would be like a pricing flow, but for this example, because I don't have a pricing flow as yet, okay, we're just going to go in and add a main flow into here. Okay, so it could be literally anything. I don't even know what's on the other end of that. All right, so now we've added the flow that we want to trigger. Okay, so we're going to come up to the top here where it says custom reference parameter. So in here then, I'm just going to put in there a simple one of pricing. Okay, just to keep it easy. You can literally name it whatever you want, but like I said, it's well worth just keeping it, very systematic. If you have tons and tons of pages that you want different flows to trigger, it's just naming them the name of the actual page itself. It just help you out with the reference later on. All right, so now we've created this, then you'll see that the URL at the top has changed, and it's added a question mark, ref equals pricing. Okay, so if I was to change this word here, it would change that pricing word there also. All right, so you may be looking at the payloads here then. So payloads basically is you can add a custom field value inside of there, which could be, which page they're on, tags, meeting URLs, or whatever, anything that you want to track. So like you would have seen down there, like subdomains and all that type of stuff. So these work well if you're, say, you just want more information about what this user is actually doing. So it could be, like UTM source, or if you're running a specific funnel for a specific promotion time, then you can go in and update that in there, so you know where people are kind of back end, and those custom fields will update inside that user's profile, which you can use later on for targeting aspects. So you can go very, very deep on this, but we won't be covering this in this video. But the main thing we're looking at here then is the actual pricing itself, okay, or this question mark ref pricing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this here right at the top. I'm just going to simply Control C. Okay, once I'm happy that this is all done, okay, we can go ahead and click on save. Okay, so now you'll see at the bottom then that it's been saved. Okay, you can go ahead and copy that there, which will be just the pricing. So if I go into a website now where I've already got my website chat already added to it, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the difference between what happens when we change it from the standard one to the updated one, which is the ref equals pricing. All right, so let's hop over into this website. Okay, so now we're inside of this website then. So I've just added this button here to open up a flow. So what we're going to do is we're simply just going to quickly preview this first. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on this button here, and you'll see that the chat window opens, okay, and it's going to automatically start the actual conversation. So as we see there. Okay, so it says, hey, I'm guessing this is your first time using our brand new support. Okay, so that's just coming into one flow, right? And we're going to come back to this in a second, and I'm going to click on that button again, and you're going to see this actual message change. All right, so let's just come out of this and close down. Okay, so let's go into my page settings. Obviously, depending on which type of website that you're using, okay, the input in the code may be just slightly a little bit different. So, but inside of this website builder then, we're coming in, we're clicking on here. So we're just going to go to the page head markup, and you'll see up the top then, here is just my normal embed code that we get from embedding the website chat into. So here on the end then, if you take a look at where it's got float.js, this is where we're going to add the question mark ref equals pricing. Okay, so I can simply just come in here and paste. Okay, so that will be it there. So that's your reference. Okay, reference is pricing, so that means it's going to open up the flow that I've allocated to that specific URL. And that is literally it. That's all you have to do. So each page would have its own ref equals home, ref equals pricing, about, or each funnel step, whatever it may be that you want to track and send specific flows from. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on save, and let's preview this again, and let's see if it responds with a totally different message this time. Okay, great. So we're inside. Let's click on this button again, and fingers crossed it will give us a different response. So as you'll see there then, obviously it's just giving me a random response because it's not actually allocated to a specific flow, but this would be like a pricing flow, right? So if someone was on my pricing page, they would come ahead and it could talk about pricing to them, show them different plans, or whatever it may be that you want to do. Even the about section, you could auto trigger the flow. It will come and say, hey, I can see you're taking a look at our about, would you like to have a chat or book an appointment? Those type things. So it really depends on the type of scope or end game that you really want to have when creating your flows with inside of different pages on your websites, your funnels, your landing pages, e-commerce stores, or whatever it may be. Right guys, we'll hold the video there because that's as simple as it gets, but just remember it's literally just the question mark ref equals, and then whichever parameter that you've put inside of that ref URL. Okay, we'll see you in the next videos.